Ms. Trixie for walking us through the 17th edition of the Philippine SMEs, and thank you for really continuing the legacy of your husband. And alam ko, mas marami pa ang nangangailangan nito. And now let's begin with our Q&A. I'd like to welcome to the stage our sponsors, our diamond sponsor, the manager at Toyota Motor Philippines, Mr. Renz Patrick Diaz. Please join us. Our platinum sponsor, GCash B2B Commercial Head, Mr. Martin Christopher Lemenko II. Martin. Welcome, Sir Martin.
Just right and tired.
And joining our panel is from Taho Story, the chairman and co-founder, Mr. Jude Paul Esminas. Nice to meet you, sir. Kindly take your seats. So yeah, so this is just a quick panel discussion, and then later on we will be entertaining questions from our media partners. So I have a question first for Ms. Trixie. So, and we know that PhilSME has been the country's biggest B2B event. And what is your key message you want to send to our Filipino entrepreneurs and exhibitors who count on this 17th edition this November?
Ang dami, may 20 minutes pa I think since we have our media friends here, we are just really, first of all, thank you again. No? Thank you sa inyong pagsusulat tungkol sa Expo. I think what we really want to make every Filipino entrepreneur or aspiring entrepreneur understand is huwag talaga nilang palalampasin itong Expo na to. Diba? Kasi ang dami natin investing dito. I mean, look at it as, that's just 2 days. And we have brought all these companies to have the perfect business solutions and opportunities for them. Because I think by now, if you are really looking forward to improve your life financially, okay, you know what, I'm still working, but I know I can also be an entrepreneur. Or yung mga, you know what, I think I'm ready. I have this vision, but I need to understand how do I go about it. This is the place where you can really get inspired, where you can understand how businesses are going and what is in store for you. Kasi parang hindi na-excuse yung, ay wala akong capital. Or yun, hindi ako sure, hindi ako marunong. Wala nang ganung excuse, I think, by this time and age. So you go to PhilSME, you will find all of these amazing exhibits, companies, at wala talagang rason para sabihin mo na you cannot improve your life, your community, and your country's life.
Thank you so much. I definitely believe on it. Especially in this generation, no, nakikita natin lahat, everyone is really advocating for people to build their own businesses, even the young generation. It's definitely, this is the perfect avenue for those who would really want to go to business. Now, let us start throwing our questions to our sponsors. So beginning with Sir Renz of Toyota. I know this is your first time joining us. So can you share with us what makes supporting PhilSME's Business Expo meaningful to your organization, and especially in helping our Filipino entrepreneurs?
Alright. Good afternoon. So I'm Renz from Toyota Motor Philippines. So first of all, thank you for having us today. So we were very excited when we learned about this event kasi it aims to help SMEs, which is the main goal of our Toyota Tamaraw. So we just recently launched our next generation Tamaraw with the aim of helping our small and medium enterprises. If nakita niyo yung commercial ni Coco Martin, kung maaga kayo kanina, no? So nakikita niyo nagka-transform yung vehicle, nakakatulong sa food vendor, pwede siyang ambulance, pwedeng rescue vehicle, pwedeng food truck, no? So, very versatile yung product natin, and we would like to offer this to our SMEs and yung SMEs sa perfect venue, no? To showcase our camera.
Oh, that's definitely exciting. And we all know kung gaano kaganda yung bagong mukha ng Toyota Tamaro. Even for me, parang ano siya, no? Very aesthetic, sobrang angas. Tapos makikita mo delivery pala siya. No? But it's really exciting. So now, let me direct my question to our next two sponsors. No? So for GCash and Taho Story, so it has been part of Filipino story on a daily basis. So GCash is there, parang ano na siya, no? I think it's been really part of everyday life. Parang it's non-negotiable na. Ako personally, wala akong cash. Laging GCash. And then as per Taho, we see it every day. So now you come up to really upgrading it and innovating this product, introducing a Filipino story. So with that, I would just like to ask, so what inspired your teams to join this 17th edition? No? So what inspired you to continue to support our Filipino entrepreneurs?
So thank you for having us here. So my name is Maki Lumeco. I'm the B2B commercial rep for GCash for Business. And as you pointed out, right, GCash as an everyday app is embedded in the Filipino people. Like GCash can send money and so on and so forth. And of course, when you look at the Philippine MSME landscape, it is the true backbone of the Philippine economy. And we wouldn't be true to our Filipino financial inclusion as a cause if we were to exclude these MSME partners that we have. And us in GCash for Business, we see this as a key thrust, not just this year, but in the coming years, to support and empower our Filipino MSMEs. And we are here to partner with PhilSME because we're very happy to partner with like-minded entities like, of course, Trisha and Hershey. So, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Definitely, we appreciate your support. So how about you, Sir June?
Good afternoon. I'm June Espinas, the chairman and co-founder of Taho Story. Actually, 8 kami. So, basketball team kami, and when we put up the concept of Taho Story, actually the company started last year, April 2024. So right now, nasa 1 year and 6 months na kami. And mabilis yung pangyayari, no? Kasi we put up one branch and kiosk, and right now the company expanded to 218 branches nationwide. So I think when people ask why we decided mag-sponsor and be part of the Philippine SME Franchise and Business Expo, I think it goes beyond marketing and exposure. Kasi kami, dahil nga, di ba, the name of the brand is Taho Story. Naniniwala kami dun sa Filipino story of entrepreneurship. Kasi actually, the slogan of the company is Taho with ice cream, bakit hindi? Yeah, that's why we go, bakit hindi? Because for a simple reason, we believe in the potential of the product, and we also believe in the potential of each and every Filipino na pag nag-start ka ng negosyo, you have to start small. Okay? And if you really wanted to scale your business, you have to think big, but you have to move fast. But very important, yun nga doon, ang nakita namin dito, gusto namin i-share, hindi lang para mag-franchise ng Taho Story. It goes beyond that. We wanted to share our journey. We wanted to share our story. Kasi naniniwala kami, yung speed, sabi nga nila, pag tinatanong kami, sobrang bilis naman yan, 1 year, 6 months, expanded to 218 branches. And actually, we already signed almost mga 400 branches na rin. So, kaya, actually, sabi nga nila, yung SM nga kapag nagtatanong kung saan pa kayo maglalagay, kasi 89 branches of the SM nationwide, meron na kaming 70 plus. Kaya parang saan pa tayo maglalagay ka ba o na-maximize na natin yung mga mall locations. And yung sinasabi lang namin, we wanted to make it right. Okay? Kasi gusto namin yung maging story na kahit mabilis ka, sabi nga nila, parang magiging potentially, pwedeng maging over-expansion. But we believe if your story is not just about the speed eh. Yung very simple concept, yung sincerity, yung story mo, at the same time, kung ano yung gusto mo talagang iparating, especially for those franchise partner. Kasi when we put up the business, nakita namin na yung mga franchisee, most of them, the majority of them, nag-franchise not because of the concept. They franchise because nakita nila yung story and sincerity ng company. Now, we wanted to scale a very simple, very Filipino taho na it goes beyond that, no? Especially with the generation and norm ngayon, na sabi nga nila, minsan paglabas mo ng bahay, yung taho, nawala na eh. Okay? So, gusto namin siya dalhin dun sa mga location na hindi mo nahabulin si Manong Magatao. And mas lumalapit kami sa mga generation kaya na in cafe concept, kiosk concept, mall locations, they can find taho and still they will be proud of the heritage and the cultural ng concept of taho. Na very simple pala, pwede mong scale pala, not just within the local community but nationwide. And we also have planned to expand the concept of taho internationally in the future.
Wow, that has been so wonderful. So, looking at these stories that you've shared, no, ang nakikita ko dito, it's that all of you wanted to have to remain relevant and keep everyone updated of what the innovation of the products that you have. So now, let us start opening the floor for Q&As from our media partners. So we have here, first in our lineup, yung una po mga nag-reserve kay Ms. Angie. Sa Business World. So we'd like to pass on the microphone to Justin Cabiner. Sir Justin, where are you? Oh, sorry, Miss Justin. Ayan.
Good afternoon, I'm Justine Davila from Business World. Earlier it was mentioned that what makes the conference different this year is the fact that a lot of the participating companies are franchises. With this thought in mind, I just want to get a grasp on what the participating companies here think about the growth of the franchising industry. Is this something that you think will continue moving forward? Just also to put into context, the Department of Trade and Industry is also pushing for the franchising industry, especially for OFWs, because they said that it's something that business that OFWs can put their money in, where they can be ensured that there's going to be income. Thank you.
Justin, thank you very much. So for this edition, I would have to say we have doubled or almost tripled the number of franchising businesses from the previous ones. But I would have to say it's 20% na naman. So ganun kalaki. But the thing is that aside from Felicity, David also used to have a lot of other expos, including the Entrepreneur and Franchise Expo. So it's a standalone expo aside from Felicity. But of course, dadahan-dahanan natin siya. So this is our way of entering again that space, making sure lang na ready tayo. If we choose, for example, a year or two right now na okay, aside from Felicity, buhayin ulit si Franchise Expo and then we'll have it. But now what it's telling us is that ang dami pa na talaga. Na ngayon ang problema na ni Felicity is yung venue. Para okay, maraming players pero kailangan ko pa ng mas malaking selective mga ganon. So that's a very good problem. Now in terms of, you ask about OFWs, no? That's also the reason why, for example, for May of next year, I'm in my vision would have a bigger venue, hopefully. Because nakikita nga natin yung potential ng mga Filipino businesses na, you know, parang hindi na sila umalis. Diba? Parang sige, alis ka, pero babalik ka. A year or two ngayon, babalik ka kasi meron ng business for you eh. So we will continue to work on that vision and dream together with them. So answering your other question of how we see the franchising here in the Philippines. I'd like to, siguro kasi sita ko, no? As a franchising, what can you say about
I think when it comes dito sa opportunity for the OFW, lalo na makita nila yung potential of doing franchise or pumasok sa franchising, napakalaking platform kasi ni Philippine SME Business and Franchise Expo kasi napaka-importante na maintindihan ng mga OFW natin kasi right now, with all the brand na lumalabas sa market, so halos lahat nagpapa-franchise kahit hindi pa siya proven concept. So basically, what we wanted to achieve, of course, with the help of the Philippine SME Expo, na magkaroon ng isang legitimate platform na mas makikita ng OFW na mga mag-a-attend dito and mag-check po ng expo natin na kung ano yung mga businesses na makikita nila na potentially they can, pag umuwi sila dito, yung hard-earned money nila, na magamit nila at makapag-start ng negosyo doing franchising kasi malaking part din ngayon na maraming nagpa-franchise na mga fly-by-night, no? Kumbaga, pag-franchise, kumbaga walang support system, so walang support sa operation, so nasasayang yung hard-earned money ng mga OFW natin. That's why napaka-importante po na merong ganito na makikita yung OFW natin to see and check ano ba yung mga businesses na potentially pwede nilang gawing business pag uwi nila dito. Kasi lahat pwede magpa-franchise. Pero yun nga, dapat alam nila and dapat mas ilatisin nila kung ano yung papasukin nila with the help also, of course, ng Philippine SME Expo.
Thank you so much, Ms. Justin. I hope we've answered your question. Now, we'd like to pass the mic to Manila Standard Yuan Santos. Sir Yuan. Miss Yuan. Ayan. Miss Yuan, are you here? Okay, let's move on to the next. Filipino Mirrors, Riza Zuniga. There she is. Yeah.
Hello, good afternoon. We know that some businessmen are really excited for franchising, and sometimes there are hype, meaning you can see the line. In our barangay, the line for pandesal, they are crazy over the pandesal there with Spanish bread and I think the ordinary bread. What is your advice to those who are entering franchising where there is of course, the business when everyone knows, especially there are many promos and all, customers will be lining up. And then there would be time that the business is sluggish. So, what is your advice for those who are entering this type of business now?
Thank you so much for your question. And would like to answer, anyone? Sige, let's bring it back to taho.
Most of the parang mga negosyante po na gustong pumasok sa franchising. The problem is I've been in the business of franchising. Yung brand of Tao Story kasi actually 1 year 6 months pa lang, pero nasa franchising business na ako since 2008, so mga 15 years na din. Ang nakikita ko dito, the problem with the market natin sa franchising is minsan kasi pag nakita ng isang negosyante na yung product niya is nasa trend right now, no? And pinipilahan, maraming bumibili, naiisip na agad na kumbaga at the very early stage na maging franchisor o i-open yung concept business niya into franchising. Na wala pa talagang proven concept and capacity to support the franchisee na magiging partner niya. That's why very important na ang advice natin, especially for those individuals and mga inspiring entrepreneur na gustong pumasok into franchising, kailangan muna nilang malaman if the franchisor of that or nagbebenta, for example man, alam ko yan, yung Spanish bread na kumbaga nagte-trending ngayon na pinipilahan. So kailangan muna alamin nila if the capacity of the person and also if meron yung mismong owner is meron talagang kumbaga sincerity and gusto niya talagang i-scale yung business niya and mag-support. Kasi entering into franchising is not just doing business. You have to lead by example. You have to set leadership and you have to make sure na supported mo in any ways yung mga franchise partner mo. Kasi mararamdaman nila yan. Katulad sa amin, no? Imagine we're dealing different personalities. Sa 218 branches namin, parang 40 company owned, the rest for franchise partner. And the good thing is, madami kami, dahil basketball team kami, and we make sure na yung operation, logistics, supply chain, and everything is naka-align talaga to support the capacity of not just 200, but 500 branches in the future na mapasok pa. So, napaka-importante yun na yung ano nila, yung support system.
This is a real, experience of my friend in Taco Business. So they are located in, what you call this, near supermarket. Now the problem is the manpower. So what will be your advice? Because sometimes they're running out of manpower and the owner has to take the shift. So what is your advice?
I think, well, that's very normal, no? Pero for us, a company namin, no, we have this manpower assistance. Normally kasi pag isang OFW o isang first time sa business is walang idea kung paano kumuha ng tao, paano kumuha ng location. The good thing for us is we do provide location, manpower assistance, and napaka-importante na kumbaga very hands-on yung nag-franchise ng isang brand or concept. Kasi pag hinayaan niya lang yan dun sa tao niya and nag-awol or hindi na pumasok bilang araw, nagkasakit, no? The franchisee should take over the operation, especially if your location is within supermarket and mall, and almost 7 days a week you have to operate, kundi magkaka-penalty ka sa mall. So, kaya kailangan dyan is yung company itself or the franchisee is meron mga training officer that can back up the franchisee kapag nawalan po siya ng tao. So, dapat yun din yung kailangan malaman. Pero, responsibility po talaga ng franchisee na to make sure na meron siyang at least 2 or 3 tao na manpower po dun sa location niya to make sure may backup siya and makapag-shift talaga siya ng mas maayos na rotation.
Very quickly lang, no? So aside from organizing Felicity, I myself is also a franchisee way before I came into the picture of Felicity. And ma'am, talagang masakot siya sa ulo. Depende sa kung ano nangyayari. Kaya nga po, you have to know everything. Diba? Kasi pag umalis yung tao mo, wala ka na rin. Hindi naman pwede, diba? So you have to be hands-on. And at the same time, ang franchising mo kasi it doesn't mean na, binili ko na to, so it can run on its own. Andiyan na yung kalahating bilog ko. Make money for me. It doesn't work that way. So most of those who fail is because pinagkatiwala na lang nila yun sa somebody na hindi siya mag-enjoy yung business. Diba? So yung investment mo, kung yung tinaya mo doon, hindi na siya personal. And that's a very important part when you do the franchising. Kaya nga po yung sa ating OFWs. While of course, you have the money, andun talaga yung intention mo and all, but hindi talaga po pwede na ibibigay mo lang sa kapatid mo or sa asawa mo na walang alam sa business. So it's really like, in my head po, no, when you decide to get that business and then you're also ready, for example, to stay here and do it, run it. That's what I'm thinking po. Kasi that really works. Otherwise, it's hard. I'm thinking lang, isa po din kasi sa problema ng, for example, business owners, franchisees, syempre yung cash, di ba? Ang cash, pag may nakikita, syempre kahit pa paano hindi may iwasan yung ano bang proper term, privilege or basta may nangyayari. Kaya naisip ko, ever since we had GCash, parang wow, kita na agad kay business owner, papasok agad kay business owner yung yung bayad. So, ang laking parte ni GCash, I believe, sa pagpapalago ng negosyo at pagbabawas ng mga kaso in terms of money. So, if I may just, Maki, what else are the people going to look forward to? Kunyari kasi ako may GCash na ako eh. Pero wala akong corporate account. Pero, so pag kita ko sa Expo, andun ulit sa GCash, lagi na kayo na dyan. So what is different this time around?
So, as I said earlier, we've always been at the forefront of democratizing financial tools and financial solutions for the Filipino people as a Filipino company. So, what we do differently for GCash for Business is that our thrust actually is experience easy. Right? I'm sure you've heard it from the whole story. Kanina yung kwento niya of how they scale. It sounded so easy, no? And serendipitous naman. Diba? But the fact is, day in and day out, it's so difficult. It takes a lot of time, right? It takes a lot of patience as well. Diba? Marami kang problema may encounter na hindi mo naisip na doon mo lang may encounter. So, for us, how do we not just empower our people, but support the Filipinos and the community and the entrepreneurs? So, our thrust is to make it simple, right? Create a merchant account using your GCash account, right? Ganun kasimple. We gear our onboarding to factor in that as an MSME entrepreneur, some of them are sole proprietors, diba? Hindi naman lahat yan corporation kagad. And we realize and we recognize the fact that the Philippine MSME segment is grossly underserved. They are forced to take solutions that is not bespoke to their needs. So if you talk to any negosyante, makikita mo yan, lahat sila, hindi naman forced because of course in this digital economy, in a very digital first generation, diba? You need to be present in the digital space. Pero makikita mo, ang dami nilang multiple platforms. Meron ka for sales, meron ka para sa inventory, meron ka sa supply chain, etc. May marketing platforms ka pa, ganyan. So, may AI na ngayon, di ba? Ang dali na gumawa ng logo, di ba? Pero what are we trying to do? We're trying to provide a holistic solution for them. Because it was mentioned earlier in the first question, kamusta nag-grow yung franchisee natin at a favorable rate and where the government has these policies and programs to further drive the growth, di ba? But one story is usually untold. Marami rin nalugi. Diba? Yung sustainability, how do they stay in business? And that is also very important to us. It's not just about the startup mindset, because we were a startup, and we're still here, right? And we plan to be here for a very long time, supporting the Filipino community. So kami, doon kami mag-focus. How do we make it sustainable for them? To making it easy to onboard, to making it easy in day-to-day nila, diba? Not just about accepting payments. It's also about providing them with credit and capital if they want to scale up. It's ensuring security, right? So that hindi na tayo mapapaisip kung yung frontliner ko, umupusit pa. And at the same time, we drive more growth. We focus also on education and upskilling. So we're not just about payments and GCash for business. We make it easy and we try and we do our best so that at every step of the way, yung negosyante, guided siya. So yun yung ginagawa.
Thank you so much for the question, Ms. Riza and GCash and Ms. Tracy for answering the question. So definitely, sa manpower talaga, it's a common problem ng kahit sinong business, franchise man yan or hindi. Personally, bukod sa pag-host, I'm actually an entrepreneur as well, and we do franchising, and it's really manpower din talaga ang common problem. So we'd just like to add on to the question earlier, So it's for an advice that we could give to all the Filipinos out there, OFWs, to really be critical in choosing a franchise business. And it's not just looking na hype kasi siya, on trend kasi siya, but it's really looking at yung support, dahil ang sinasabi ni Sir Jude, support ng franchisor. And definitely, ito bang franchisor na to, may system na kayang-kaya rin natin i-replicate to make it even more sustainable. So with that, let us proceed to our next media partner, coming from Good News Pilipinas, Dainty Samson. Ms. Dainty.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm from Good News Pilipinas, and Good News Pilipinas is, we celebrate Filipino excellence and innovations. So for great organizer, Ma'am Trixie, and for the major sponsors, we wish to ask, what do you hope to gather, or what do you hope to see with this year's SME Business Expo, breakthroughs or inspiring stories from our SMEs?
Maybe we could have Sir Renz to answer that first.
Thank you. So actually, when we were doing research at Tamaraw, we were already talking to SMEs as well. So we heard their stories, we heard their needs. So for this one, sa SME, we hope to hear more, no? So we could tailor fit yung ating product sa kanilang needs. So from siguro yung SME na magsa-start pa lang, ano ba yung kailangan nila, hopefully we could provide for the Tamaraw. Dun sa mga magpa-franchise, paano ba mapapalago siguro yung negosyo nila? Actually, naisip na ako sa tao, pwedeng mag-food truck. So, ayun yung mga nakikita natin hopefully mga breakthrough na or mga new discoveries sa ating SME market. Thank you.
Anyone else would like to add on that? Okay, very good. Ms. Denia, I hope you've answered your question. Let us move next to TBC News, Ram Agustin.
Hi, just Southeast Asian numbers show that structured business networks greatly boost SME performance. How are you designing your networking sessions to go beyond surface level introductions and create collaborations that deliver more measurable business results? Thank you.
Thank you for your question. Who would like to answer?
Okay, sir. So, speaking for Felicity, every month we have a free online gathering of people wanting to meet other entrepreneurs, and hindi lang siya basta nakikinig ka. We actually have breakout sessions where they see and really get to talk to new people or familiar faces. So that's one. We make it a commitment to host that for free every month. Now, aside from that, we make sure that in the expo, of course, everybody who joins us are ready. Kasi they have enough manpower. Because around that time, kasi ang dami, diba? Pagod sila. Actually, ang naririnig ko nga lagi specifically after day 1, people, yung pagod nila, hindi na nila alam saan nila ilalagay. Which is good for us. Because it means ang dami nilang nakausap. So, I would like to pass on that question and let them express how do they intend na, pero syempre pupunta sa inyo, diba? And then, anong mangyayari? After that, what happens? So maybe from there, the other companies can learn based on their question and their plans or previous experiences on how they make sure that once they go to the booth, okay, ito na yun.
Maybe GCash first?
Right. So first and foremost, it starts from a position of humility. Di mo alam lahat eh. So we partner, right? On a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, actually just yesterday, we were in a workshop session with Startup Village, who's a key partner of us. We also partner with the likes of Canva, Tatsumo, right? Again, I shared earlier, it's not just about facilitating payments. If you truly understand the needs of an MSME entrepreneur, it goes beyond accepting payments, right? The day-to-day operations in the life. So we partner with entities who have expertise in, let's say, how to grow your business in an online space, right? So we also have partnerships with the likes of PayPal, right? How do you create a website, right? So that your brick and mortar will be available in the online space, and our friends from Startup Village help us out with that. How do you make sure that this said website attracts and creates enough marketing traction and it looks aesthetically pleasing? We have partnerships with Canva. So it's all about enabling and supporting them, but through partnerships, right? As GCash as a true platform, we never claim to be an expert in everything, right? We're open-minded and we're very humble in our position. And we see this as a critical recipe in our success. So we also bring that same mindset in the MSME space now that we are going into it as GCash for Business. So yun yung ginagawa namin.
Thank you. Actually, related to that, yeah, it's very important to establish partnerships with our customers. Kasi, for example, yung normal buying of a car, pasok ka sa showroom, pwede ka hiyaw sa tenda, color red. Tapos na. Pero sa Tamperong, iba yung customers natin kasi ito, they use this for their business very technical. Ilan pa ang kasya dito na kahon ng pagkain or para ma-deliver. Pero para malaman yun, hindi pwedeng yung service level lang na kung nandun, tapos na, ayaw mo bumili, diba? Hindi pwedeng ganun eh. Kailangan pupunta ko sa yung follow-through, pupunta ko sila sa place of business nila. Ito pala yung ito pala yung, we really do that. No? So ito pala yung issue ng business mo. So baka ito dapat yung pwedeng gawin. Or siguro sa servicing ko para madalas kong pa-service sa amin, so siguro gamit yung vehicle mo. Baka dapat try natin mag-expand namin sa pang-vehicle para ma-offroad naman yung driver mo. Para mas mag-expand pa yung business. So, yung ganong knowing your customer, very basically, dapat kilala natin yung customer, pero dapat, talaga, deep dive tayo sa kanila, sa mga needs. So, hopefully, with WSME, we can gather more feedback from our customers. So, we can have.